things were kind of interesting for you because you studied with Joe Porcaro.
Yeah.
And again, one of your really big year was both the time when you recorded on the Seal record and the time when Jeff Porcaro called you up and asked you to do some tracks on the Boz Scaggs record.
Yeah, the whole record.
Yeah, and he produced it. That was like a really rare thing. Like there isn't a lot of stuff like that.
You know, a lot of people don't know this, but when he called me, he was making his transition. He was like making his transition from drummer to producer, and Boz had hit him up. You know, and that's when I got the call, man. The phone rang, and he's like, "Hey, Curt, this is Jeff Porcaro, man. I want you to come play drums on a Boz record." And I'm like, "There's no way this is Jeff Porcaro. Someone's fucking with me," you know. But it was Jeff Porcaro, my hero, and
so many of ours.
Yeah, man, and he hired me to play on this record, man, and he gave me carte blanche. He's like, "Man, I want you to put the rhythm section together," because that's how we did Boz's record when we did it, you know, which ended up being Toto.
Yeah.
You know, Lukather, Page, and Hungate, and those dudes. And so he let me do that. And we got into the record, and, you know, and then he had his untimely death, man, and it just was devastating. And that record never saw the light of day with Jeff's signature on it. It ended up going to, Bonnie Raitt's drummer. Whose name's slipping my mind right now. Anyway, he ended up producing it, and
really,
yeah, and but Jeff's stuff, I don't know what happened to it, but it was groovy, man. It was great stuff, and to have been a part of that.
What was his producing chops like?
It was just kind of like Jeff had this uncanny way of bringing out the best of you. He would read you as a person and figure out your personality and your humanity and where your groove was, both as a person and as a musician.
Wow.
And he knew how to cast the right band together. You know, he knew how to make music happen in the best way. And if you ask any of the musicians that came up with him and recorded with him through the years, they'll tell you the same thing. "Oh yeah, man, Jeff was the guy that could get you to do the last take, even though you've been working on the same song all day long.
Really?
He could get you in to do one more take, and that would be the one." He just knew how to, I don't know, bring out the best of you as a musician.
So just a really good judge of character and knows how to get you going. That's interesting, because over breakfast we did talk about at length. We talked about personalities now, and things are changing. You know, like I wonder what people now, like if they want to become a producer, and being that this is a relationship industry, it's all about communication, how you get on with other people. If that's something that's going to be somewhat of a lost art form, is that understanding another person, being empathetic to how they may feel and think about certain situations that come across in the studio, or when you're rehearsing for a live concert or a tour or something like that. If that's something that's going to go to the wayside a little bit, just with people's personal skills, you know, their communication skills.
Yeah, it's weird because of the internet. People can contact people from all over the world. Whereas before, you know, when I was coming up, it was about going to the club to hear someone play, or hear someone on record or on radio, and you would discover that person that way.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, let me turn on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok or whatever, and oh, that drummer's rad or that bass player's rad. Let me instant message them or direct message them and see if they want to collab and have them play on my tune.
Is there both a virtue and a vice to all that, do you think?
I think so. I just think, you know, like we were talking about earlier at breakfast, just the whole thing of not having that connection, that instant rapport of when you meet somebody. Like when we sat down and had breakfast, it was like, oh man, we instantly hit it off. We were laughing, joking around and enjoying our food and coffee. And
that took forever to get.
That took forever to get. The waiters looking at us like we were like, "What are you doing here? Get out of here!"
They seemed irritable, didn't they?
Yeah, that was a drag.
It was a bit of a bad vibe.
We will not mention the hotel or the restaurant.
Yeah. Let's just say the food was savory.
Yeah. Good one. The food was savory.
Yeah. We'll just draw that out a little bit.
Savory.